Hey, great day. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day, great start to your day. Whenever you're listening to this, everything is going well for you, being vigilant, being safe, keeping yourself productive. Let's keep it happening. Let's make it happen. So yesterday I talked to you about the 10 fundamentals of powerful persuasion. And I want to continue on one final trek of this thought here that I've been teaching my clients on presentation mastery. And this is a very, very critical point. But before I get started, I want you to look at this note here in front of you. It says, the definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. Don't be like a ship at a sea without a rudder, powerless and directionless. Decide what you want, find out how to get it, and then take the daily action toward achieving your goal. You will get exactly only what you ask for and what you work for. Make up your mind today what it is you want, and then start today to go after it. Do it now. Remember, successful people move on their own initiative, but they know where they are going before they start. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Guys, great thought for the day. Do you know what your definite purpose is, what you're trying to accomplish? Keep this in mind. Look at this carefully. Come back to this recording and watch it again and read this, write this down for yourself and keep it embedded into your brain. As you go through your daily work, your life, the things that you're challenged with, the successes that you have, keep in mind your definiteness of purpose, okay? So let's continue down the path here of becoming a great presenter. Guys, remember, as I said yesterday, whether you're online or offline, and the offline stuff may not come back for a little bit of time, or it may start to drip in a little bit over time. We don't know that. But either way, this work that I'm going to be sharing with you is successfully helping other people to win more often when they're doing presentations. Remember, the keys to presentations and persuasion is fundamental. There are no tricks, there are no fancy things. What there is, however, is specific knowledge that the best people use to get the most out of their presentations whenever they're presenting. Whether you're negotiating a transaction, or you're presenting your products, goods, and services, or you're on the phone trying to set an appointment, or you're doing a negotiation. Whatever the case is, this information is vital. Most especially today, because right today, we're going to talk about the keys to understanding how to get your point across in 30 seconds. Something to think about. You see, guys, at the very beginning of our stages of presenting, everything is visual and everything is mostly auditory until the words come from your mouth, right? So if you're on the phone, there's not going to be any visual, obviously. It's going to be auditory. If you're doing a presentation on the computer or in front of an audience, whenever that comes around, doesn't matter. It's more of the physical in the beginning, and then your voice and then your words all combined. Yesterday, remember, we talked about the 3 areas of communication. 55% is your body language, 38% is your words, your tone, and how you use your words, and the tonality, the pace, the pitch, the speed of your voice. And then only 7% is the words that you present to people. So how do we get our point across in 30 seconds? First of all, you have to know your objective. Now, we touched on that a little bit yesterday. You have to know what it is that you want to accomplish when you're looking to engage with other people. The next thing you have to keep in mind here is, how do you know what you can do to keep your objective clear and simple? And that is to have only one objective per meeting, per letter, per memo, per call, per follow-up. Don't have too many things, because at the end of the day, you'll break rapport with people because you're going to overly confuse them. What specifically do you want to have, do, or be as a result of your objective? What specifically do you want to have, do, or be as a result of your objective? Okay. Why am I having this meeting? Why am I making this call? Why am I writing this letter? Why am I doing this presentation? Why am I making this memo up? What is it that you want to have as a result? Why are you doing it? Otherwise, why do it at all, right? Okay. And then, am I presenting a problem, and if I'm presenting a problem, do I have a clear solution? If you're presenting to solve somebody's problem, Okay. Do you have a clear recommendation and a clear solution inside of your objective? I hope you do, because you have more than likely have qualified the individuals that you're speaking with, you're meeting with, you're negotiating with, and you have a very clear idea. You have a very clear idea of a solution, a potential solution. It may not be accepted, but it is a solution that you're offering to get the job done. Okay. And remember, most people already know the problems they have, right? Most people already know the problems they have, and they also know who needs to so the question thus becomes, who needs to implement your solution? Okay, they already know they have problems, and they know that they need to implement a particular solution. The question is, will it be yours? The second way to get across to other people, okay, is to know who your listeners are. Know who your listener is. Is my listener the person who can take an action? Are you talking to the right party when it comes to making your presentation, negotiating your transaction, setting an appointment? Do you know who they are? Are they the ones that could make the decision? Can they take an action? What does my listener want from me? Do they want me to be talking platitudes and how great we are and how phenomenal and all the 400,000 things we do to get a solution for you? Okay. What does your listener want from you? If you know that they have a problem, what is it they want? They want a solution. What exactly might that solution be? Assuming that you kind of figured it out for the most part when you're talking to them. Knowing my listener, what are the answers to every question they might potentially ask? See, this is knowing objections in advance. It's knowing about your products, your services. What were their problems in the past that you might look to solve today or into the future? Knowing my listener, what are the answers that to every question they might have? What are the potential objections that they might have? And you can figure that out by asking a lot of great questions. How will this idea solution benefit my listener? How will this idea or solution benefit the people? What is the end game for them? What are they going to get out of this as a result of doing the work with you? Okay, what is your solution going to offer? What one thing more than any other will get a favorable reaction from your listener? What one thing more than any other will get a favorable reaction than anything else in the world? Okay, and so what is it that you want to give to them? Knowing your listeners, guys, is not complicated. It's a simple act of asking great questions based on the recommendations and the solutions that you already have, your products, goods, and services, and knowing what their outcomes might potentially be. If you try to solve something that they have there's no rub in their life, there's no pain, there's no challenge, there's no motivation, however you might look at that, then it's going to be very difficult to try to sell somebody on something that they're going, what are we even having this conversation for, man? Okay, so know your listeners is very important. The next area is know your approach, okay? In what way is this idea solution relevant to me, okay? How is this relevant at all? Know your approach. Next one is, in what way is this idea relevant to my listener? How is this relevant to us in our dialogue? Not in a monologue. See, if you look at one or the other, whether it's them monologuing to you or you monologuing to them, it's not a dialogue, which is a back and forth. You asking questions, them giving you answers, you making recommendations to the next step, solutions, offers, whatever it might be. Knowing your approach, okay? And how can this idea or solution be implemented? What are the action steps? What do we need to do next? Is it a follow-up? Is it a thorough investigation before making a recommendation? Okay. Is it something that we need to get together on, whether it's on the computer or face-to-face? Again, however you do it is not as important as knowing what to do here, right? And so how can this idea or solution be implemented? What are the recommendations that you have to solve a major problem, transformational challenge that's going to help these people out, okay? Then the last final couple of points here, ask the following questions. What am I talking about? Do you have an idea what you're talking about when you're speaking to people? Is it just a bunch of jibber jabber? You're just trying to get somewhere, trying to earn a commission, trying to get something that you don't know about. Hey, that's okay. Now we know. You need to know what you're talking about. What am I talking about with these people? What is the recommended solution? Who is involved? Who are the parties involved? You might be talking to one party on the phone and you might say, by the way, who else is involved in the decision? I've heard a customer, this was a few weeks ago, they were talking to somebody on the phone, a wife of a home. They were talking to them on the phone, okay? And at the very end, okay, they assumed that there was a husband involved. So what about your husband? Okay? And they didn't know that the husband had passed away. You know what? Because they didn't ask that question well in advance. So you got to be very clear who else is involved. Where is it? Okay? Where is the solution going to help them out? Is it in a move? Is it in a change? Is it in a economic situation? Where is it at? When is it? Okay, when is it going to occur? What is the timeline to having something occur in order for you to make a reasonable suggested recommendation? Why is it important? Why is it important? Why is it we're having this conversation? Why do you want to do what you want to do? How important is it for you? Okay, and then how do I do it? Not how does it get done? It's how do I do it? How do we accomplish this goal? And again, guys, this comes to your recommendation, right? So as you see here, the what, the who, the where, the when, the why, and the how, those are 5 key areas that you're going to ask questions on. Might not be perfect to this particular list, who is involved, but all of these questions are relevant to asking and getting your clarity and getting your point across with people. So you can thus come to a recommendation. The recommendation could be a next step, it could be an appointment, or it could be, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now based on everything we've talked about here, but I appreciate your time. Do you know anybody else looking to blank, whatever you might be selling? Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so here's your assignment. We talked about this over the last couple of days, so these are some things. Write down your 3 reasons why you want to become a master presenter. You know, I think more importantly than the content here is, do you have the desire to become better at what you do now than what you were doing yesterday? You're listening to this today. Do you have a desire today to be better than you were yesterday? Whether it's on the phone, or you're communicating with your family, or you're talking to customers on computer, or you're out and about at the grocery store, whatever it is. What are the reasons why you want to become a top and master presenter? What are the benefits from that once you do that? Now, go back to yesterday's recording and review the 10 fundamentals of powerful persuasion. Write those 10 points down, and then just for the next couple of 3 weeks to 30 days is a good recommendation minimally. I would do it all the time once you get it embedded into your mindset, into your subconscious mind, what these 10 things are, and you'll review them before your presentations, before your negotiation, before you're getting on the phone to set appointments, whatever it is. Go back and ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where am I? What do I need to know? When you're finished doing it, quickly review the list and then say, okay, how was I? So when I opened it up, I was at 10. When I closed it out, I was at a 5. And then evaluate what that gap meant. Don't beat yourself up. You're learning here. You're growing, okay? And you have to go through this process. It helps you to really master this quicker than you would ever imagine before. Have 10 conversations this week with some potential clients. Okay, who can I make an offer to? What can I ask them to do? What follow-up do I need to do? Just have 10 conversations. That's really, if you're working 5 days a week, that's only, what, 2 a day? And I'm being nice here just to get you in the momentum. If you're not in the momentum, this will definitely help you get there. What 10 people could you talk to this week to make something happen? You want to get aggressive? What 10 people that you could talk to today? And that's even doable. It's not a big deal. If you got the time, you got the inclination, you got the motivation and the desire, you can make that happen. So guys, that's it for now. Go back to your assignments. Okay, make sure you get that done. If you have any questions about this, let me know. If you're interested in a presentation training for yourself or anybody that you know, or for a team, okay, let me know. Just reach out to me. My number is there. You can call me directly at any time, 754-600-9232. And let me know if there's anything I can help you with. If you don't have any need for learning more about this, but you want to have a conversation, totally complimentary, no obligation whatsoever, please reach out to me. You got my email there, results@mikehusson.com. So thank you for your time today. Go out there and make it successful. If you have any questions, reach out. And until then, make it a great day. Thanks for your time.